Mary, welcome.
Thank you.
Hey,
We're back.
It's summertime and
It's 92 degrees today.
it is.
It's very hot.
We can be weather people.
Yeah.
So there and there is California's down.
Washington's up.
Okay, so we've covered the West Coast. It's
did
sunny
it.
all day and it's going to be hot. It's going to be a hot one.
It's going to be a scorcher out there, folks.
Yeah, so welcome back to Happily Placed. Last time we chatted, I was having a straw issue.
Yeah.
We talked
It's
about-
continued.
It's continued. Well, it has. Well, we discussed the paper straw is ridiculous because you get 3 sips and it disintegrates, and then
Right.
you spill your whatever you're drinking all the way down in front of your shirt. And
You're
then
essentially strawless at that point.
well, you're basically eating paper, which is just horrible.
I don't think it's good for your digestive tract.
Definitely not.
No.
So there are a lot of things that aren't good for your digestive tract, and paper is certainly at the top of the list. But it's interesting, the town that we live in, there are 2 coffee shops, which I will not name, but they each have first names. And first name coffee shop number 1 went to a no straw mandate. You can ask for a straw, but you feel dirty asking for the straw.
Yeah, they give you a dirty look.
It's a little bit of a dirty look. I mean, they're nice. It's a nice dirty look, but it's like I felt kind of bad. So I went to coffee shop with the first name number 2. I was very excited.
Boycotting number 1 because
Oh.
of the straws.
I even went back in and told them I was on strike. But, whatever. So,
Right.
so I went to the other first name coffee shop. Things are great. I'm excited. They have straws. I don't have to ask for them. They actually just put the straw right in the cup. What I didn't know is they were just finishing out their inventory of straws. So now you get a cold drink and it's in a sippy cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember this, but I couldn't handle a sippy cup when I was 2, and I sure as heck can't handle it now. So now I've done 2 things. I've come over to the dark side, and I now have I think it's a rubber straw
it's rubber.
in a really cool mug that actually keeps my drink
It is
cold
cool.
all day.
Yeah.
And this was a recent buy. I'm really happy about it.
Neat. Amazon?
No, just right in the old grocery store.
Oh.
They might be owned by Amazon, but they're not a sponsor.
Okay.
So we
No.
can't talk about Whole Foods. But anyway, it's a great cup. And then in case of emergency, I have 3 straws that I keep in my desk because I know at some point I'll forget my new cup,
Right.
and I don't want to go without.
You didn't know.
We love the sea turtles. This isn't the problem.
We did also discuss, because you have a backpack that
Yeah.
you use,
Yes.
right? We've decided that you might need a man bag to carry your straws.
We did talk about the man bag.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Own it.
I could own that. Why
I get
not?
to carry things around. Why shouldn't you?
I could use
Especially
I
straws.
could use the space. God knows, I carry a lot of stuff. So anyway, straws.
Straws.
This is the addition to my issues that continue.
Yeah.
But we
I really lucked out in the straw situation.
how'd you get away from that?
I don't know. I guess I go to corporate places that
You were just like right there.
that just give me straws. I've never had an issue like this. So I really feel for you.
It's-
I'm sorry.
I've actually lost some sleep over the straw issue. Going right down
I
to it.
believe it.
It's been tough.
It's tough.
You get into routine. I'm not saying I can't change.
Right.
Clearly, I'm set in my ways.
Yeah.
And the straw thing's been tough, but
upsetting.
it's really not worth arguing over. I suppose it's just a straw, after all.
And you're set.
And
You're set now.
I'm set now, and
We're problem solvers around here.
we are problem solvers at Happily Placed, and people take us seriously
Absolutely.
because of that.
Exactly.
So we've been promising.
Speaking of problem
Yeah.
solving.
We are problem solvers. We have questions. We promised you questions. So we have a couple questions. Because that's really all we're going to have. We have a whole bunch to talk about, but you'll understand why. We're just going to hit 2. So Jimbo from Medford, he writes, "Look, I just received a rejection notice for a job I interviewed for. What do I do next?" And that's a tough one because you're feeling hurt, you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, from my own experience working with clients,
Yeah.
candidates will get an offer, and they have to give the bad news to the people who didn't get the offer.
Right.
However, this is same day, and a candidate may have gotten an offer, but they didn't accept the role.
So it leaves the job open.
Leaves the job open. So what would you suggest the candidates that didn't get the job.
Sure. My advice, yeah, and it's just kind of, it goes back to kids sports, right? It's good sportsmanship. It always pays off. I would still send a follow-up note to that employer,
Right.
Thanking them again for the interview and the opportunity, but also expressing a continued interest should the position come back open. So what that does in the case...
Let me interject.
Yeah, go.
Or if another position similar presents itself in the future.
Actually, that's bingo.
Yeah.
God, you're good. Jeez.
Been doing this a while.
You have. So what that does, though, it puts the candidate top of mind, like, okay, good candidate, maybe not right for today,
Right.
but certainly let's put a short list together and hope that the person's still available. But oftentimes in this market that we're in, the next available could very well be next day.
Right.
And so it doesn't necessarily surprise me when I hear that, God, I didn't get the job, but it's Monday, but on Thursday I get a call asking if I was still available, and then the dream job
Yeah.
sort of comes around. So that's good.
So staying professional.
Yeah, exactly.
Writing the thank you note.
Just keeping it going.
Yeah.
And Jim, hopefully that answered your question. If not, just go ahead and ping us back at happilyplaced@emeraldstaffing.com, and we'll be happy to elaborate more for you. Barb in Beaverton, she writes, let's see, how does she word this? How early is too early to show up before my interview? And this is back to our first episode of Happily Placed, and we talked about the interview prep.
Right.
The short answer, Barb, is 10 minutes.
10 minutes tops.
Tops, no more than 10 minutes.
Right.
But let's recap. This is great because we have a bunch of students graduating in June. Summer is a transitional time for job seekers, so it's probably wouldn't hurt to bring back kind of the ABCs of the process.
Right.
Okay. So first, research your company. Research where you're interviewing with. It's a career position. The employer deserves your attention, and you deserve to yourself, I guess, to show where you're going to interview. You want to know what your career is going to be.
Exactly.
You don't want to just show up and hope for the best.
Don't wing it.
Don't wing it.
No.
Don't wing it. Well, and along with not winging it, drive to the place of interview the night before. Especially in Portland or really any big city. You don't want to be, trying to figure out your maps and where you're going.
Right.
10 minutes before the interview in traffic.
Right.
Prepare for the worst, expect the best. Right? Or prepare for the best, expect the worst.
Yeah, that works.
Either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always going to be an accident. There's always going to be a train or a boat or a low-flying airplane.
A helicopter crash.
A helicopter crash.
You never know.
Bats. Bats are a problem in Oregon, so there could be a swarm of bats. I don't know.
I've never seen a bat.
Well,
I think the straws are more of a debacle than bats.
maybe.
But you never know. What could happen?
Bats carrying straws.
Bats might be the next excuse for someone running late to an interview. We might just hear it.
I was attacked by bats?
Yeah.
Okay,
Swarmed by bats. I couldn't get to the interview on
That was a
time.
great. Is that our last episode? That was a good episode.
It was a good episode.
Oh my God.
Excuses. Oh,
Excuses. Yeah, we all have them. So then, I just cracked myself up. So you go to the link. The great links to figure out where you're going.
Right.
The next
Parking situation, especially if you're in Portland, you need to know where you need to park.
All of it.
I've gotten so many calls. Mary, I'm here, but there's no parking.
Right. Duh. Of course there's no parking. You live in Portland.
Yeah.
God, it's the worst parking place on the planet. Plan accordingly. So now you know where you're going. You get there 20 minutes early.
Yeah.
Sit in your car. Don't leave your car. Do not show up 20 minutes early because that employer will have to drop what they're doing to be courteous to you.
Right.
And it's better to show up 10 minutes early, walk in, and remember the person who greets you at the front is your first interview, right? 'Cause
First impressions.
they always ask,
Yeah.
how was this person in real life? Okay, so you're there. You arrive now 10 minutes early. You research the company. You're dressed for the part. We forgot that. Overdress.
Overdress.
Yeah,
Yes.
always overdressed for the interview. Not a tuxedo. We talked about that too.
Yeah.
Ruffles are still out. Nothing has changed in the last few months. It's just a bad idea. I don't care what color the ruffles are. Lime green?
No.
Not even lime green.
No.
Yeah,
No.
it's
I'm
bad.
thinking about what colors would work. None.
Peach?
No.
Remember when Peach was a hit?
That was cool.
Man, I was like,
Dumb and Dumber.
Those are prom.
right?
Those are prom tux pictures. I might have one of those. Back in the day.
I'd like to see that on the next episode.
Oh, I have a picture.
All right.
Yeah,
Remember that.
I have long hair and I'm roughly the same size actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I'm still 5'6"
That's
with new shoes. I claim 5'7" occasionally, but
with
whatever.
your high tops.
It's my high tops.
Yeah.
So no ruffles, but you do want to go in, professional. And if you are a first time suit wearer, is that a word?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. You've purchased a suit. Remember to clip the tags off your collar, off the wrist. What is this?
The wrist.
The wrist, yeah.
Yeah. The sleeve.
The sleeve. That's usually where those tags live, and it's a dead giveaway if that's still on your suit and you forget to, So
Detag yourself before the interview.
detagging is a big deal,
big part.
and it's a problem for some first-time suit wearers.
Right.
So we're here to help you. So you've dressed for the part, because you can always dress down once you see the culture, but it's hard to dress up if you go in way too casual.
Right.
So there's that. You go through the interview. Interview's great. What did I forget?
Rewind.
What?
Turn your phone off. Don't look at your phone.
You actually leave your phone in the car. Maybe.
Leave it in the car.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep the phone off. No noise, and don't use it in the waiting room.
Exactly.
Look at a magazine, look at your resume, look over the questions that you've prepared for the interview.
Well, even during Happily Placed, you don't know this, but I put my phone on silent. Because I use it for work all the time.
Right.
But the last thing I wanted to hear is the phone. It's like I was in the movie the other night. We were watching John Wick 3, which is a great movie, by the way, if you like John Wick. Somebody's phone went off, like during one of the fight scenes that I was trying to concentrate on. Right. I mean,
Rude.
It was just, I was like, come on, man, it's John Wick 3. Seriously, you can't.
What's more important?
Can't holster that phone. I mean, man, that was just ridiculous. It was during the knife fight. It was
So
really
rude.
it was really amazing.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know what he's talking about, but
Oh, it's good.
I'll have to watch it now and turn my phone off.
I'd suggest you watch 1, 2, and then go to 3.
Okay.
Because
It's Keanu Reeves, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
he's great. Yeah, So there you go. So turn your phone off, and then you go through the interview. The phone's off. You dress great. You were there 10 minutes early. All that jazz. If there's a company application that they want you to fill out, I'm rewinding a little bit. Make sure you fill it out in its entirety. Don't write C resume.
No.
The
there's a
application is a
reason.
test. It's about thoughtfulness, thoroughness, your attention to detail. There's a lot of stuff that goes into an application.
It is a telltale sign when you see somebody that writes C resume and no information.
It kind of says lazy to me.
A little bit.
Yeah, it says lazy to both of us.
Yeah.
Complete it.
Right.
Yeah.
Complete it.
So then you fill out the resume, you look good, all that stuff. We're kind of going through it now. You've interviewed. At the end of the interview, thank the person for their time. Express your interest in the job. Ask them what maybe the next steps are.
Always a good question.
Always a good question.
What are next steps? When should I anticipate hearing?
Exactly. And you could even, if appropriate, if you're comfortable with this, which I'd recommend you do if you can, is tell that person that just interviewed you that, look, if you were to offer the position today, based on the research I've done, our interaction today, how warmly I was met in the front office before we met, I would accept the position, hands down.
Yeah.
Kind of go for a little
great.
soft close, and it doesn't have to be really hard. Just kind of be a little vulnerable. Right?
Absolutely.
And just ask.
Genuine.
Genuine.
That's my new favorite word. Just be genuine.
Right.
If you're interested, be genuine and tell them so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then after the interview, this goes back to Barb's question, not Barb's question, Jim's question, but let's assume that Jim hasn't been rejected yet. Sorry, Jim. I know it hurt, but God, just send the letter, okay? You'll be fine.
Do it.
But in the interview, the first interview, send a thank you. Again, thank you for your time.
Right.
I appreciated our time together.
maybe a little bit about what you've learned and how you might fit into that.
Right, so it's more personalized to that
yeah.
interview, and it doesn't look like
Right.
you've written 10 out
Exactly.
the night before.
Exactly.
And you're just like firing them off. Handwritten, I think, is,
Oh my
is
gosh.
old school's coming back.
Old school's coming back. One of our clients actually interviewed 3 people, and the last interview, the person handed her a thank you note. And some people feel weird about that. It's okay, you can leave it with the receptionist. But handed her, after the interview, the thank you note, handwritten, and she was blown away.
Wow.
She liked the first 2 candidates, but she said that was it for me.
That's it.
Like, how amazing
It's a great
to
strategy.
do that.
That's
And
a
she
great-
got the job.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great. That's good feedback. So
It's a great idea.
and you have to, into our audience or our viewership, remember that we're giving you like the PhD level of what to do, because this is based on everything that we see
Every day.
every day.
Yeah.
And so, like always, we hope this helps. So what are you doing this weekend?
Probably straw shopping.
Are you really?
No.
For me?
Although, I don't know. These metal straws are really in.
Well, I
might check it
I was
out.
going to grill my teeth.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I was worried about the clanging.
Right. Yeah.
That might hurt.
I heard there's some really pretty rose gold straws.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. My
Wow.
coworker Libby told me, so
Well,
I might have to check that out.
She's fashionable.
She is.
Wow.
I trust her.
We all trust her. Oh man. Well, okay. Well, straw shopping it is for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not straw shopping.
What will you be doing?
I think gardening.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It's really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're kind of into it. We're a little late this year, but we have a pretty decent garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of vegetables.
We started a garden too.
How'd it go?
We have amazing. Well, I can't say we. My husband did, but we have probably 200 snap peas.
Wow.
So we need to learn how to jar them, can them.
Cook them.
So maybe that's what I'll do this weekend. Learn how to jar.
I think there's a
Can.
happily placed YouTube on that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. If any of you have any tips for how
Yeah.
to jar and can things, let me know.
Please let us know, because
Yeah.
we can then share with everybody else who is dying
Who
to
has too many snap peas in their garden?
what to do.
Yeah.
Well, they're hard to grow, so you don't want to. Well, for me, they'd be hard to grow.
Apparently not.
You
Not for me.
you could have the touch,
Apparently.
man.
Yeah.
Do you have gloves?
I do.
Okay,
I
you're,
do.
you're official then.
Yeah.
Once you don
Little
the
hat.
gloves, oh, you have a hat too.
Mm-hmm. And one of those cool knee things, for weeding. That's helpful for
yeah.
gardening.
You get all the equipment. I don't have
Got
nearly
the
the
whole kit and
equipment.
caboodle.
My wife just sends me out there with some rickety old gloves that I think used to be hers, so they barely fit. They're like
Yeah, the little tiny gloves.
little tiny gloves.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. I'm still on the squirrel and nut diet with no sugar and flour.
Oh, that's rough.
It's it's. I'm
So
gonna.
you probably can't partake in my snap peas once I've jarred them.
Well, I plateaued.
Oh.
To be honest with you.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Well, maybe you should just have some snap peas, get some sugar in your
See
system.
how it goes?
Yeah, jolt it and then go back to the
Okay.
diet.
All right. That's fair enough.
That could work.
Good. Well, we will see you next episode with more tricks and tips. Of,
Yeah.
How to get a great job and launch your career.
And keep the questions coming.
Yeah, these are good questions, and we all learn from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So happily placed at emeraldstaffing.com. I look forward to answering more questions. And
Yeah.
thank you, Mary. And
Thank you.
yeah, and
It's been fun.
It's always fun.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
See ya.